Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
I couldn't stop.
Good Abend, mein Fraulein and Herren.
Amazing. What did that mean?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that was impressive.
Bonjour.
Oh, there's another country.
Salut.
Good.
Hola.
Hola.
Ciao,
Buenos
bella.
dias. Ciao, bella.
Buenos dias.
Por
Buenos
favor.
Aires.
Patatas fritas con queso, por favor.
Very good.
Do you know what that means? Cheesy chips, please.
Hey, good one. Où est la piscine?
A
That
swimming
sort of
pool,
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J'ai joué au foot. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. It's just come up on my... oh, no. What is it? Is it Siri? My Siri was just tracking everything we were saying.
They always are, mate.
They
We've
are,
been watched
yeah.
by big tech, and do you know what? I'm sort of fine with it.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't really care. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like my Apple Watch.
Yeah. I'll accept any cookies. I don't care.
I love cookies. You know when you're a kid and your mum goes, she get a bag of 5 cookies from the supermarket, you know, standard stuff. She comes home with the shopping. You go, you help me load the shopping in? Oh, God.
Yeah.
And then you're like, bag of cookies, and you have a cookie, and then you're like, can I have another cookie? No, you've got to say them. You can't eat 5 cookies. And then you get to an adult and you're like, now I can.
Yeah.
And you do, and then you're like, she was right.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm crying in the
She was
joiner's
right.
car
Yeah.
park because I have no self-control. If you listen to last week's episode, that will make sense.
Yes.
How you been? What you been up to?
Just sort of, I don't know, still in this sort of little busy period, actually.
Yeah.
Been recording at the studio, which has been it's been good fun, actually. I get
What,
kind of
band?
I recorded a band and I recorded a piano singer.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that was quite good because we had to. It's interesting because he had this song, and it was like verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus.
Mm.
So it was like we need to sort the structure out a bit here.
What? 'Cause
Ditched
it's boring.
Yeah, pretty much. It's 5
Yeah.
minutes of the same.
Oh, that's
And
a
then we
long.
like cut out a verse, wrote a middle 8,
Mm.
gave the song some direction, dropped down to a quiet chorus, finished with a big chorus. Then we added like some strings
Yep.
and shit. This is it. You might find this interesting, Georgie boy.
Hit
So
me.
his demo that he sent me, like he's a really good pianist and the song's good and his voice is good. But on the demo he sent, just on his iPhone, he's playing the piano and the timing is all over the shop. Like it's all over the shop. And there's a certain element of like flexibility with timing in a sort of song. You know, you slightly speed up, slightly slow down. And then this was like beyond that. This was like, we need to sort this out. And so it was like, right, I want to get you on a click. Let's find the right BPM, you know, that. Eventually, he was kind of there, you know, okay.
Yeah.
But this happens with some people. I was like, he's struggling with the click, with the click here a bit. So I'm just going to program in a drum beat.
Right.
Program in the drum beat. He could play along to it fine.
Yeah, of course.
And it's weird, isn't it?
Had he played to a click before, or was it a new thing?
I don't think he'd done it a lot.
Yeah.
But he's a really good musician. So it's kind of like, how can you not feel the time?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
definitely.
drum beat playing, he could do it. Anyway, recording and bit of Lego
Nice.
and Better Call Saul is back on.
Oh my God, yeah.
I've been watching that.
Yeah. Are you up to speed with it?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh, episode
Let's not
3,
discuss
baby.
it, though. I know.
Wow.
I know.
Good, wasn't it?
Only 3. Yeah, really good. Really good.
Yeah. What have you been doing, George?
Why is that funny? It is. Well, a lot of crew work, a lot of crew job work at the moment. I'll talk about one in particular that was quite good.
Yeah.
The Blondie shift. So I assume everyone's heard of Blondie, so that saves us some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the load in and load out, and load in was fun because I got to do backline. And backline basically means you help the roadies. So like, I might have talked about it before, but there's like, you know, you turn up and you get given, you know, a high-vis jacket, depending on where you are. So you might be doing audio, or you might be
Health
doing
and safety.
video. Yeah, a jacket and a helmet. And but if you do backline, I kind of try and get the backline shifts because you're just hanging out with these roadies. So I was hanging out with, I can't remember his name, but the drum tech for Blondie, and it was great. He was just he said to us, me and however many crew members there were doing backline, he's like, "Are any of you guys a drummer here?" He's from America. That's my best impression.
Great accent.
Yeah. Any of you guys a drummer? And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a drummer." He's like, "Right, check out this shit." And he just showed me everything, like how he sets up the kit. Like he obviously really enjoyed sort of going, okay, I'm going to pass on some knowledge. So as it was happening, I was like, I'm going to talk about all of this on the podcast. So tuning a drum kit, I've never seen someone tune a drum kit like this before. First of all, Ben, have you ever heard of a drum dial or a tune bot?
I've heard of the tune bot.
Yeah.
I've never used one, but I've heard of one.
So basically,
we mentioned a drum tuner and a drum sort of tuning device that's not out yet made its way into the drum dumpster.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago.
Tuner.
The quantum tuner. So go back and listen and hear us talk about a product that's not out yet.
Yeah. Although weirdly, it looks like it is out because
I don't know what's going on.
No, but you know what I mean? Like it's like this thing basically, it looked like it did the same thing. So
no, I've seen electronic drum tuners before.
Yeah.
But quantum is like a new, innit? Seems like that's a new thing.
But well, anyway, let's not delve too much into it. But
what I'm saying is there's Peugeots and there's Fords, aren't there? Do you know what I mean? It's
not
like, you know, it's Mac, it's PC.
Oasis, the Beatles, you know.
I thought you were going to go Oasis Blur then. That would have been the natural.
No. As in, like, are we talking about things copying each other or?
Just two things are the same that do the same. Same sort of thing.
Oasis, the Beatles.
Oasis, Blur, Britpop.
So anyway,
What's that? Is that BMW Pulp? Do you know what I mean?
That was really weird because the way you looked over there, a bird flew by my window and that freaked me out.
Yeah, I
went, how did he see the bird? Right. So anyway, back to tuning. So he showed me that every day he puts on a new head for the snare drum because the drummer hits the snare hard, but the toms
Clem
not so much.
Clem Burke, isn't it?
Yeah,
I remember
Clem Burke.
When my nan got me a subscription to Rhythm magazine.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. God bless Nan.
Yep.
He was one of the first front cover drummers on those early issues I started getting in the mid-90s.
An iconic drummer, you know. I'd say he's almost underrated because, you know, he's one.
You've been freezing on me there, boy.
Am I? My
froze a little
my
bit.
internet is unstable. Hold on.
Oh.
Is the router gone? That's not good, is it?
Oh, you're okay at the moment.
Am I okay at the moment? I'll do that bit again. I can't remember where we got to.
Clem Burke,
iconic drummer. Good luck editing this. So they replace the snare head every day just because he whacks it.
Yeah, but is that excessive?
Well, this is what it seems like it is, but then they keep the toms and kick the same throughout the tour. But the way he tuned the snare heads, I don't know if you've ever done this, but it was fascinating. So what he does is he puts it on. He uses 2 keys. Do you ever use 2 keys?
I haven't got enough money for 2 drum keys. When
So
you live in
he
the big leagues of Blondie, you can
Exactly.
have 2 drum keys.
Yeah.
But
So he uses 2 keys, tunes it a bit, and then he put the snare on the floor and near
does he
enough
do
jumped
CPR on it?
Well, yeah.
I do that. Yeah.
You do, yeah.
CPR.
I can't remember if I'd ever seen you do that with a snare.
Yeah.
But he trod on it, and then so this is where it gets interesting. So any non-drummers listening to this, it's okay if you fast forward because this is where it gets very drum heavy. So then he puts a drum dial on the drum. So a drum dial basically measures the frequency of the skin. So he puts it around the drum at different places and then gets it all to the same. I think it might have been like 78. I don't know 78 what, but it was like 78.
Yeah.
Then it's all the same.
Right. Where's he putting it on the skin? Where?
So imagine
he's not putting it on a lug. He's putting it on...
No. He's putting it on the skin, but like close to the edge. So like imagine. So and I think he put it on like where
like numbers
every
around
lug,
a clock face.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he did that, and then he trod on it again.
Yeah.
And then he gets out another piece of kit called a tune bot. Now, you said you've heard of this before.
Yeah.
So the tune bot, it kind of just measures the frequency, but like really specifically. So at this point, it's like, it's so like if he turns the lug the tiniest bit, it like changes everything. Like it literally goes from like 3,000 to 8,000, you know? I don't know even what the frequency is, you know? And I asked him at that point, I said, do you not tune anything by ear? Do you literally just use these two gadgets? He's like, nah, man, this is just the first bit. Now I gotta I won't do the impression. He's like, now I've got to get it on stage and see how it sounds, you know, in the room. Because obviously every room's different. And famously. And the interesting part was the moon gel. So if you think about when you use a moon gel, I just whack one down, you know? I just go, here's a moon gel, pop it on the skin. What he did is
like
he
you're
was
spitting out a piece of gum.
Exactly. What he did, he literally used like an eighth of a moon gel, like the tiniest bit. And he was just saying, because otherwise, if you just whack one on, it just deadens it way too much. But I'd never seen someone cut like he got scissors out and just cut this moon gel into like tiny pieces.
Yeah.
And then even just the specificness of where he put the moon gel on the skin, you know, it's like if I put it too close to the rim, there's too much ring. If it's, you know, closer to the center, it's different. And, you know, he was talking about EQ and stuff. He was like, I want to have a bit of ring. And he was saying, I want it to sound like a snare from the 80s. But he was like, but I can't have it too, you know, ringy. And he was talking, obviously, he's like, I have to be in a good conversation with the, you know, the sound man, because I have to give him enough ring, but not too much that it's crazy. But, you know, I can't deaden it so much that he then can't get any attack out of it. But it was fascinating, just all like little bits, just like making this snare.
How many
perfect.
little bits did he put on?
Like one bit. He put
Just
one
little
little
bit.
one, like honestly, like half a centimeter by half a centimeter. Like it was tiny. And then he taped it down because it can't. It's just a little
off.
Yeah. And but yeah, it was great. And so he said,
do you know what I love? I mean, he obviously knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But he's like, right, I'll get the frequency measurer out and I'll put that around the drum and I'll get it to that. Then I'll use the tune bot and I'll tune everything properly, blah, blah. And I'm going to use a micro bit of moon gel and I'm going to find that in the right position. Then I'll just slap a bit of tape on it.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say also the way he was kind of telling me it was sort of the vibe of like, I'm the drum tech who's been the drum tech for Blondie for 30 years. You're the little drummer. You know, he was like, so my man, my drumming friend, do you know what this piece of tape is? And he showed me this piece of tape. I don't know if you do this, but he had a piece of tape on the rim of the drum. And I was like, I don't know what that tape's for. And he was like, basically, he said, when you rim shot, you know, every night, it warps the rim. So he's like, always put the rim back on the same place, you know, which I'd never thought about before. I don't know if you know, we've talked about that. Always putting the rim in the same place of the drum whenever you retune it. But just little things like that you kind of, you know, that he sort of learned along the way. And it's funny because you look at it and you go, wow, how does he even know to move the moon gel and do the, you know, and you go, well, he is the drum tech for Blondie. But that's genuinely what's great about it, is you kind of, you're watching these kits get set up and you're like, well, if I'm going to learn some shit, it's going to be here, because it's like, you know, this is, you know, they played the O2 like the night before.
But if you want to learn some shit, it's going to be here.
Yeah.
On this podcast.
On Drum and Drummer. Yeah, exactly.
Drummer.
But
we've got all
very
the best
cool.
secondhand information.
Exactly, yeah. Loosely remembered.
I'd love to have seen that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should, like, one day, I'd love to, don't know, try one of these sort of tuner machine things.
Well, yeah, I looked them up. They're not too much. Like, it would be worth getting one, because just the way he tuned the kit, it seems like a more efficient starting place, if that makes sense, rather than doing it all by ear. Because he was basically saying, like, you know, you can't tell the difference by ear, but this frequency thing can.
So yeah, not got my ears.
Exactly. Have you not met Ben Winty?
Have you never done the CPR thing on the skin before?
I think I have, but I've never seen someone literally stand on it and almost near enough jump up.
I remember being taught to, essentially like essentially do CPR.
Yeah.
You know, hand over your hand and push
Exactly.
down several times, very hard. Put your whole weight on it.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
It's so it doesn't go out of tune, I guess, and it sort of breaks it in a bit. Is that why? Would you say?
Yeah, I heard that it's to do with as well, like the glue.
Yeah.
It breaks the glue.
Yeah.
That that the skin is attached to the rim of the skin.
Yeah.
Sort of breaks that glue, and then.
Well, that's what's interesting. Is that glue is the cracking sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like when you first tune a drum and you hear cracking and you go, "Oh my god, everything's breaking." But no, it's fine. It's the glue. But I'll say one more thing. It is interesting. It was the same with Bastille the other day and Blondie. It's like you look at the kit and it's a normal,
Right. I thought
on.
about this when we talked about your day with Bastille drum tech and the kit, and you said it's a normal size drum kit.
Yeah.
What, I don't know what you were expecting.
Right. So I think maybe it comes from like
a 40-inch kick drum.
Well, in my head, I'm still like, a 13-year-old who's fascinated by, oh my God, look at that drummer there playing. They must need a different type of kit to play an arena. Do you know what I mean? Like it kind of feels like, well, they can't be playing the kit I play for weddings because they have to be playing something better. But it's very much like, he used Clem Burke uses a DW5000, and I almost thought to myself, well, I use a 9000, so that's
4,000 better than Clem Burke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think I think also I kind of mean like the way it's all sort of thrown away at the end of the gig, because I obviously did the pack down as well, and it's literally like, the speed they have to get the drums packed in. It's like, right, just throw it in the flight case, literally throw it in the flight case. And I think I still see arena gigs as this like amazing, perfect, highest level of fame. All the drums are brought in by angels on clouds and then they're transported out. But no, it's literally like, fuck it, just throw it in. They don't give. I think that's kind of what I meant about like, it's you kind of look at it, you go, oh, all these things here could be used at a pub gig. You know what I mean? And then you kind of go, well, that makes me feel better about my kit because my kit could be used at an arena. I think that's sort of what I meant. But yeah, it was great.
Nice.
Anyway, should we take a break?
I think we bloody well should. Oh, I love a break. Oh, do you know what? Maybe have a Kit Kat.
Oh,
Nah, I haven't got any.
that's a shame.
Bye. Welcome back to Drum and Drummer.
Welcome back.
It's George Pickering.
Yeah,
There
it
he
is.
And
There's
it's me.
Ben Winty.
Yeah,
God,
hello.
is that the real Ben Winty?
It sure is.
Wow.
Here I
what an
am.
honor.
Coming in your ears. Surely FM. Right.
Yep.
Just right. As a veteran of the self-employed world,
Mm.
Do your tax returns now.
Yeah.
Do
I'm
them
doing
now.
mine as it speaks. The bit that
Don't
got
wait till
stuck-
January.
The bit I've got stuck with is the grants. They say you got to put your grants in and declare your grants, but I can't find where to declare the bloody grants. And it says it's just here, and it's like it's not though.
Right.
So-
Pro tip: get an accountant.
Yeah.
Get an
I don't know
accountant.
I don't know if I make nearly enough money for an accountant yet.
You do.
Okay.
It's not about how much money you make,
Well, good, because I'd be fucked then.
and the accountant is tax deductible. Anyway, do your tax return in April. Throughout the year, keep a record of everything. Your earnings, your gig, your miles, all of that shit, expenses. I got a lovely spreadsheet. Beep, 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 bang. Gets to the turn of the tax year in April. Bosh, I send it all to my accountant. Get it done. Then you know how much you owe well in advance of the January deadline.
Yep.
And then this is what people forget. Because obviously, I've seen it over the years, been there myself. Get to January, I've got to do my tax return. And then it's like, you owe $3,000. You're like, I haven't got $3,000.
Yeah.
But do it in as soon as the tax year ends. It's all still more fresh in your mind, what you worked and all that shit. Fill in the blanks. Send it to your accountant, and they go, you owe this. And you go, cool, I've got 9 months, 8 months to pay this.
Yeah.
And then this is what you can do, and people forget. You can log on to your HMRC, and you can pay it off bit by bit.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it in one go. You can just
And
go,
you're heading into gig season as well.
heading into gig season, lop it all off when you're doing that, when the money's absolutely flying in, and just log in. I've got it on my mobile banking. Just transfer it. Just pay £100 through that.
Yeah.
Pay £100 through that. Pay £100. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Bit by bit. Don't
Yeah.
wait till January when there's fuck all gigs.
Yeah.
And you're literally like, oh, and you know, pro tip. So anyway, I've done all that.
That was a good pro tip. Appreciate
Yeah, boy.
that. Right. TV. Films.
Shoot.
Well, today, after we do this, I'm having a much needed chill day because I sort of burnt out a bit, you know.
Working hard, boy.
Well, I am, and I never
Working hard, working out.
I was fit body, fit mind. I was saying this to you before the show. It's cool to say that, isn't it? Sounds like we're like big time. But yeah, I sort of even when I have days off, I feel guilty about having a day off because
very common in the self-employed game.
Well, none of my work feels like work. Even when I'm lugging flight cases at 2 a.m. onto trucks, I'm like, well, it's still kind of funny, you know. It's like this isn't really work. So after this, I need to literally have a day of doing, you know, chilling out. But I need something to watch. Have you got any favorite? Because I TV and films, I am pretty clueless, you know. Is there anything good on Netflix recently? You know,
well, Netflix
while
is a
we
funny
still
one,
have
isn't
it.
Yeah. Wow. Tricky with the old. Are you an Ozark? Have you watched Ozark?
No, I don't know what that is. What's that?
Ozark's a good one. It's season 4, part 2 has just come out.
Well, that's good. I'll start there, I reckon. Okay, sell Ozark to me.
Okay, Jason Bateman.
Who's he? I recognise the name.
For fuck's sake.
I know Jason
Arrested
Statham.
Development. Have you seen Arrested Development?
Yes.
He's the main guy
I know of it. Right, okay.
The main blue guy with the kids, you know. Michael Cera plays his son.
Right.
Anyway, this is him in a serious role.
Okay.
And I think he might have like co-exec, produced the show, whatever.
Yeah.
Laura Linney.
Don't know who that is.
Oh God, this is insane.
That's what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
Have you
know
seen the
much
Truman
TV.
Show?
No.
What?
And I'll be honest,
What?
I was lying when I said I'd seen Arrested Development. Just
fuck off. Have you seen Horrible Bosses?
Yes.
Right, he's one of the guys in Horrible
Yeah,
Bosses.
no, I think I know who he is.
He's not
he
Jason
also...
Sudeikis, and he's
No.
not Charlie Day. He's the other one.
Good. I don't know who that. He was.
Oh,
in...
Charlie Day is from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Sudeikis is from Ted Lasso. Oh God. Anyway, Laura Linney. You haven't seen the Truman Show?
Nope.
Fuck's sake. Have you seen Primal Fear?
No.
Right. Okay. Watch Primal Fear.
Okay.
It's a film from the 90s. Ed Norton's first big role. It's got Richard Gere. I've been on telly with Richard Gere. Sure. And Laura Linney. And that film called Primal Fear, I think it was like 93 or something like that. It's fucking brilliant.
Okay.
It's fucking brilliant.
Primal Fear it is.
Yeah. Right. Ozark. So it's got Jason. Laura Linney was the wife in The Truman Show, opposite Jim Carrey. She's been in loads of stuff. She's also in Primal Fear. They are husband and wife. And he is like a sort of tax accountant sort of dude in Chicago. And basically, they get involved with the cartel.
Right.
And they basically end up being money launderers for the cartel and moving to the Ozarks, which is a series of sort of lakes in America. And it's kind of like a Breaking Bad, like a good guy gone sort of bad, getting involved in some shit.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Nice.
So that's if you want something beefy. And I'm pretty sure this is the final season. So and what they did was they did, probably due to COVID, season 4 is longer, but they split it into 2 parts, and the second half has just come out the other day. So I'm started to watch that. But so I'd go right. Get a Laura Linney fest going, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Truman Show.
Yep.
A brilliant film. I watched that the other week. Primal Fear. Ozark.
Will do. In that order?
Watch Primal Fear first. It's fucking
all right.
Yeah.
Will do.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I appreciate that. I do need something beefy because I always just sort of watch things I've seen, you know, trigger happy TV. You know, it's easy. It's easy watching.
It's the fluff. You
Yeah.
watching the fluff is easy because you can then be like, oh, well, I can dick around on my phone. It doesn't matter if I miss it.
Exactly.
And then you end up going, I've just spent half an hour doing fuck all.
Yeah.
And then, but starting a big show is a time commitment, and you get worried, like, give Ozark a. It's one of those little Netflix big shows, but those two films, you'll have a lovely time. You'll have a lovely time. Ed Norton's one of my favourite actors, actually, if you're asking.
Yep.
And I saw Primal Fear.
Who is he? What's he?
Oh my God!
Almost doing it to wind you up at this point, but also can't remember who he is.
Yeah, right. You seen Fight Club?
Yes.
He's the other guy in that. He's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was the Hulk in the first Hulk film of the MCU, but then
what's funny? People listening can't see, but your eyes are closed because you're literally
I'm so frustrated. Yeah, God. Yeah,
it's like I've really insulted you.
Yeah, but
anyway,
I first saw Primal Fear. It was just on late on like BBC, like years and years ago.
Yeah,
I was like, it's just on. And I was like, oh, watch this, and I was like, holy shit, fucking love that film.
Fair.
Yeah,
love that.
Really good. Right,
before I get beaten up, should we have a look who's Tom of the Week?
We can do if you're interested.
That's a lovely, lovely time.
You'll never guess this one.
Oh, God. I can't guess the ones that I should be able to guess. Is it Tom Rosenthal this week?
No.
Tom Jenkinson, my mate.
Definitely not. No offense, Jenko.
No offense. No offense.
I'll tell you, boy.
Yeah, please.
I'll tell you. For people of my age, I'd say he's most commonly known for being a character in Friends.
Oh.
Now this is mental. You've only just started watching Friends.
Well, I've never really seen Friends. I've seen the first episodes. That was it. I think you're thinking of someone else. I don't watch Friends.
Yeah. Who was I with who said they just started watching Friends?
Yeah, it wasn't me. I've watched the first episode once because I was around someone's house and I said I'd never seen it. They're like, right, we're going to watch the first one. And that's it. So someone in that.
Yeah, he played a love interest of Monica Geller.
Well, I'm already lost. I can barely name the main cast.
I know. This is so incredibly frustrating. Anyway, it's Tom Selleck. The mustachioed.
Oh, Tom Selleck, yeah.
You know him from other shit. I'd say my generation, that's where we know him from the most. But wasn't he like Magnum PI or something?
Probably. My favourite thing I've seen him in was...
Quite a big 80s guy, wasn't he?
Well, yeah. I can't remember what the film was, but it had the Irish guy from the IT Crowd.
Yeah.
And his job was... His job was to get... Oh, I can't remember, actually. I just know there was a scene, it was random, where Billy Joe from Green Day says to... Oh, fuck, I can't remember. Just cut all this out.
This is great stuff.
Basically, there's a bit in the film where there's a mustached guy. Oh, no, it is. Oh, fuck this. Let's just cut all this out. Wow, Tom Selleck is Tom of the Week.
Keeping
Brilliant.
that all in. Keeping out all of it.
No, okay, well, I'll tell you what it was then. So,
right.
The Irish man had a mustache in the IT Crowd, and Billy Joe says to him, "Hey, fuck you, Tom Selleck." But it wasn't even Tom Selleck. It was.
It's a reference to the fact Tom Selleck had such a famous moustache.
Exactly.
There we go.
It's Chris O'Dowd. We got there.
Yeah.
Well done, Tom.
Well done, Tom.
Your medal's in the post.
Oh yeah. Speaking of post, now we're not gonna. But speaking of post,
we have Post Malone. No, we don't.
Nah, he's not a drummer. Probably is. I don't know. Tattooed face. We actually had some post. Someone got in touch with you, George.
Yeah.
And they've sent us a book about drumming to review.
Yeah.
You're reading it, and on an episode coming soon, we're going to talk about the book. But not yet, because we're going to go to the drum dumpster. What's in the drum dumpster?
What the hell is that? You got tossed into the right dumpster. Fucking Jesus.
Right. What's in this? Right. I wonder how long that pause would be. By the way, can I just say, are we just leaving it at that? We are going to get him on, is what I was going to say. The author of this book. Well,
first of all,
I've got to read the book first.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
I've not read a book since 2001.
This is
so
the
it's
thing.
your job to read
I'm
it.
slightly worried it's going to be a very one-sided interview where I'm going. So I read in this book, and you'll just be sat there going,
Well,
"Do you like
you're
Lego,
gonna
mate?"
You're
or
going to
whatever.
read it, and then
Yeah.
you're going to give me a synopsis.
I'll give you some notes, and then you can act like you're the. You could tell him, "Yeah, I read it. He didn't read it."
If you'd have seen Friends, it's the bit where Rachel and Phoebe join a creative writing book class sort of thing, and one of them doesn't read the book.
Which one?
Can't remember. Right, in the drum dumpster, we have the Drum Tech DP921 FB double pedal for 1 foot. It's the catchiest name they could think of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think there's been other versions of this around on the market. I remember seeing one years ago. But this is a single, it's a single kick pedal, but it's got 2 beaters.
Yep.
And looking at it, get off.
We got to edit that out. That's mental.
You do 1 beater with the ball of your foot,
Yeah.
and you do the second beater with the heel of your foot.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm just thinking technique-wise, you're going to have to completely relearn how to play the drums. And is it a better technique to play double kick with 1 foot than it is to play with 2 feet, you know?
I remember a similar pedal years ago that had 2 beaters, a single pedal, and what you'd do is you could just use it as a normal single,
Yeah.
but then it had these little barriers on the side of the pedal, like a Clark's shoe measuring machine.
Yeah.
And then what you could do is you could shift it over the actual plate of the pedal, and then on the downstroke would do the beater, and the upstroke would be the other beater.
Right.
So I can't remember what that was called, but
Well, it sounds cool. I think it'd be cool if you did that and then got a way to have a double kick at the same time. Does that make sense? So if you could attach and then your left foot you could have 4 at some point, you know? If there was a way to do that. I don't know if that'd be possible. If you had 2 kicks, like Jacko from Bury Tomorrow or anyone else who has 2 kicks, and then both feet have the double, you could have 4 pedals go. If you worked out how to do it, you could play kick faster than anyone that's ever lived. Don't know why you'd want to, but you know.
no.
Point being, if you're gonna do double, you may as well do actual double kick, I think, rather than use your heel.
Well, Drum Tech DP921 FB double pedal 1 foot. Prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong.
Be interesting to have a go on it.
It would. And it looks like shit, so prove us wrong. Nah, we just haven't said that in a while. The first few drum dumpsters is very cutting, you know.
Yeah.
We haven't slagged anyone off.
No. How are we doing for
But
time?
nice. Yeah, I'd say let's call it a day.
Sweet. Sounds good to me, boy.
Yeah,
Off you
But,
pop. Go watch Primal Fear.
I will go and watch Primal Fear.
Text me
is
when
it
you
on
watched it.
Is it on it? What's it on? Is it on anything, or do I need to go on a dodgy 1, 2, 3 movies?
1, 2, 3 movies. I couldn't think of anything. I swear it was on. It's on Netflix, baby.
Fuck. There
It's
we
on
go.
Netflix.
That's my
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah. Do you know
Sweet.
what? I think I might watch it later as well.
We should watch it at the same time. Should I
While
say
build
we
some
did?
Lego.
We did that once, just to end in lockdown, didn't we?
We
when
did.
I bought the Louis C.K. special that he released just as lockdown happened, and then we watched it at the same time, and then texted each other. This is funny, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
It was
As
like we're
our,
in the
as
same
our
room.
livelihoods and careers were plummeting down the shitter,
Exactly.
we watched a bit of comedy from a man who wanks on the phone.
Yep. Bye.
All right. See you next week. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.